My name is Angela Esterline. I am the owner of Hearing Healthcare Center in Evansville, Indiana.
Can you spell your name?
My last name is Esterline, Esterline.
Now you can.
Okay, so let's start from the very beginning.
That's a very fine
Tell
place
us
to
about
start.
your practice. When did you get into? When did you transition from? You were an ENT clinic, right?
I worked for a private practice audiologist
Okay,
who
private
was
practice
closely affiliated with a 6 ENT practice.
Okay. Yeah. So what made you want to move into your own practice?
Well, I was asked if I wanted to buy his practice when he retired, and that was such an exciting idea for me. And I said yes. And then he changed his mind and didn't want to sell me the practice, but I'd been planning for 2 years, and so I couldn't just turn my back on all the planning.
And this, tell us where your practice is located.
I'm located in Evansville, Indiana,
The population.
population of about 125,000.
Okay, so you, so just so I understand, you were going to buy the practice, it fell through, you're kind of left with what am I going to do next?
Oh, I still had a job,
Yeah.
but the job was not the dream. And so I just made the decision. I was ready for my own practice, and I had to start planning for my own retirement and my life. And so, yes, I took the plunge.
And when was that?
January the 2nd, 2013.
So 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
All right. And tell us about how you set up shop. What were some of the challenges, things you didn't expect?
Well, the biggest challenge is, how do I compete in a market that I just walked into, and I'm trying to make myself attractive to these other people, and I'm trying to do something different. I really didn't want to pay somebody to file insurance for me, so I decided not to take insurance. And that really has been a blessing, because I haven't had to fight anybody for anything. And we decided to unbundle so that we could charge for our services. And that also has been a blessing, because people truly understand the whole idea about paying for a product and paying for service. You look at your auto mechanic repair bill, you've got parts and labor, and everybody accepts that. That's not a big deal. So when people come to see us, we've got parts, the device, and we've got labor, the service that we provide.
Yeah, so walk us through the process of what you charge for, and how you go about establishing your bundles or fee for services, let's say.
We played with a couple of different models, fee for particular service or fee for professional time. And it just made a lot more sense to us, made it easier for the books to charge for period of time that we are with the client. And so we have our appointments are scheduled in 15-minute increments. 15-minute appointment, 30-minute, 45, and an hour, and we charge accordingly. And we came up with our amount based on a business analysis. How much do we need per hour to accomplish the financial and personal goals that we have for ourselves? And just broke it down that way. And we haven't had any problems with that.
Yeah, that's really it's really a unique model, I guess. That it's got, to me, it seems like it has a lot of. It's only going to gain in popularity. I'm curious, do patients ever say anything? Do they ever question you about it, or do you feel like sometimes people want to save money to not? I'm going to avoid the extra hours of necessary service because I don't want to pay for it. What kind of reactions do you get?
I've tried to preempt all of those complaints by having out in my office a sheet that talks about unbundling and what is it, a sheet about why we don't take insurance, but we'll still help you file your own. My biggest complaint, if you want to call it that, was a misunderstanding. If you're unbundling, why are you charging me this fitting fee? My fitting fee includes 9 appointments, and you can use them however you want to. I recommend that we use 1 as a fitting, 4 as follow-up programming, and 4 as 6-month returns. And I like to do that to establish that routine. If you're having a problem with your hearing aid, tell me about it. If you're having no problems with your hearing aids, please tell all your friends where you got them.
So you're offering a service package or a bundle of services at the beginning.
Yes.
To offset the fact that they might want to avoid a couple extra visits, they want to save some.
Right.
That's really-
And I have no problem explaining that to the clients when they ask, why do you have this fitting fee if you're unbundled? Well, I want you to come back.
Tell me about your mindset as an audiologist. To me, it seems like unbundling would make you feel more like a service provider and less like a technician where you're always monkeying around with hearing aids. Is that true? Or?
Oh, yes, it makes me feel like a professional who actually has some worth and some validity. It makes going to my job fun because people are coming to see me. They're not coming to have domes put on. That's part of it, but they're coming to see me.
Does that translate into the patient focusing less on the product and more on your service delivery?
Absolutely, on the teamwork that we build together. What are my clients' aims? What are their goals? And how can I help them get there? Sometimes it's with a device, sometimes it's not with a device. But we're working at this together and we come up with a goal or a solution that makes everybody happy.
Are there any services that you offer that are outside of the hearing aids? In other words, somebody that comes in that has a hearing loss that needs help but doesn't want to wear a hearing aid for whatever reason, do you offer them any type of a service that they would have to pay for?
Yes, we do have communication retraining, which is an oral rehab program. We do this as a group, but we also do it individually. And I think that's really unusual to have an opportunity to be able to offer for Mr. and Mrs. Smith to come in together and they're discussing their angst with the hearing loss and to help them understand better coping strategies. And there may be absolutely no hearing aids purchased because they both know they're right, and we work on adjusting the opinions and the attitudes. And if there are hearing aids in the future, cool. But if they're not, if we can work through those communication difficulties, that's okay.
That's great. I wanted to ask you a couple more things. Well, tell me a little, the insurance, to me that I would see a lot of audiologists would be nervous about not working with insurance companies. Tell us how that's gone for you.
Well, I try to be as transparent as possible without using a buzzword, but we all know that when you bill insurance, you've got a write-off amount. We all know that. And we have to build that into the prices we charge. We have to. So the way I've explained this to my clients is, I know that this is what you're going to have to pay because you've got a copay. Or I know that I have to write off this amount of money because that's what the insurance companies say. So why don't we just not play that game? And if this is what I'm going to be paid, this is what I'm going to bill. So if they have insurance, we can give them the codes and we can give them the forms and we can even address the envelopes for them. They sign the paperwork, they send it in, and the reimbursement is cut to them. And that lets them be more in control of their own health care. It lets them know what kind of issues are really, really important. Right. It's more about what's going on here. What are you getting as a benefit from visiting me?
Right, that's a really interesting. So it's been 24 months since you opened your practice. Tell us about the growth of your business.
Okay, are you ready?
Ready.
All right, I will tell you about my Dream Big plan. And my Dream Big plan was that I would sign my lease for 3 years because at the end of 5 years I would have my startup loan paid off, and then I would re-sign my lease so that I had 1 year to move out of my small space into a bigger space. It's my Dream Big plan. I paid off my startup loan in 2 years, and on Saturday, that's 3 days ago, I put an offer on a building for hearing healthcare to live and grow and just to be. That's going to be the face of our business, and the community is going to see that. As far as growth, my first year, we finished on par with the average single full-time provider in one location across the nation as far as our gross income. In year 2, our gross income increased by 43%. This model works. It really does work.
And
I
tell us
love
where
it.
you get most of your referrals from. I'm assuming you're not doing a whole lot of advertising.
Most of our referrals come from what I call personal contact, and that is client referral, that is networking, public speaking, public education, those sorts of things. 66% of our new clients came from personal referral.
So I would imagine the cost per referral is remarkably low compared to most other practices.
It is remarkably low. My overall cost per lead, including print, ad, online, etc., is $86.25.
So I have to ask you, that's phenomenal, way lower than the industry average. I want to kind of shift gears and ask a kind of a loaded question, but how does Unitron benefit your practice? How do we help your practice?
How does Unitron help my practice? Well, obviously,
Besides staying out of your way most of the time.
obviously, Unitron provides not only a superior product, but the support that you have for me as a person is amazing. The client brochures are fantastic. I love the audiogram, the trifold that has all the different feature levels inside. They're easy for the clients to understand. Now, our clients are very intelligent and they're very tech savvy because of where we're located in time. But when I call Unitron and I say, I have a problem with thus and such, that problem is solved. And I don't ever have to worry about that problem not being solved. You guys have my back. I've been working with Unitron my entire audiology career. Just saying.
It's nice to hear. It's good. All right. I think that's. I think I asked you all the things I wanted to ask. Anything we missed?
Do you want to comment on any of your experience at an event like this with Unitron?
That's good.
You can lead the question.
All right. So we're not known to throw lavish parties as a company. That's not what we're about. But what's beneficial to you when you come to an event like this?
I think it's fantastic that you will talk to me and you will listen to me. And not only you, but the president of the company, the president of Unitron Global will ask my opinions. And I really think you care. I really think that what I have to say is important to you. And without these, and I don't know what you want to call them, I mean, I love them. I think they're fantastic networking events. And without these, you would have no idea who I was.
Good. That's true. Oh, we know who you are, but maybe some others.